your way. Drive the limiter down. Done, weapon ready.
Medic, please.
Your insides are leaking outside. Give the order and I'll take care of him, Commander. Not getting up without help, Commander! Loading anew.
I look forward to the reclamation of the Hyperion web. Hopefully you shall facilitate that. Now, how might we be of use to one another? The purveyor of convictions? Not possible. She's too public. Troubling. Here I was hoping we were currently at our maximum of potential problems. Though it chagrins me to be unable to help. You should speak with Laureate Beckett. Delicate matters such as this are more his purview than my own. If there's nothing else so pressing to discuss, I'd like to return to my work. Yes! Excellent! Take that, reductionists! Your horrid little surveillance devices shall finally be used for what their purpose should have been! Don't tell anyone about that outburst, please. Here's something to keep you quiet. Yes, you've earned not only my trust, but the Order's as well. I hope you'll continue working with us in the future. I've informed the presiding bishop you're coming to speak with her. She can be found in the room off the main stairwell. I'm sure I don't need to say this. But if you even think about bringing harm to Ruth, I shall know. Be on your very, very best behavior.
The Order has always proclaimed patience as a virtue, but I am pleased my waiting is finally at its endpoint. For so long, you have only existed as numerical values on a chart, a bright star in a constellation of possibilities, as it were. Now, with your arrival, the Order nears the totality of its goals, provided you are willing to stay aligned with our cause. Faith is trust without evidence. You deserve far more than that. Now then, I gather you already know who I am, but science has shown that good manners strengthen developing relationships by 5.3%. So, allow me to introduce myself. I am Ruth Bassar, third presiding bishop of the Order of the Ascendant, supreme calculator, and, plan willing, the architect of Arcadia's prosperous future. I admit, when I sent my initial message, I did not exactly know who its recipient would be. But I trusted the plan, and lo and behold, it provided you as the solution. Your recent exploits at Greater Tranquility Station have certainly made for compelling reading material. Confronting an assassin, and thereby sparing the delegates' lives before the rift inexplicably destroyed the station? Such a commendable effort is worthy of acknowledgement. If your actions were so easily imitable, then we would not be speaking right now. Accept the credit. However, there's something of even greater import we must discuss. I just received the most curious transmission from Auntie Cleo. She wishes to discuss a partnership of sorts, and I heard you were the source of this plot. I must admit I have significant doubts about colluding with an entity like Auntie's Choice. Why should the Order agree to even entertain the possibility? That was not my question. What is your envisioned outcome for this disputation? I doubt Auntie would see such parity as anything less than a loss, but I confess, I am curious to speak with her directly and hear her, what do they call it? Pitch. Auntie Cleo has already proposed a secure conference room on board the Undisputed Claim for our use. I will await your arrival there to mediate.
Failed to cite her work completely. I worked with presiding Bishop Orlo, you know. Now there was a serious scientician.
Be the statistical exception to the natural state of entropy in the universe.
Your methods are unconventional, Outlier, but you get verifiable results.
If you need to discharge any sputum, I ask you kindly aim such accretions away from my general direction. Thank you. Oh, just passing time by calculating high probability diametrics within an error margin of 0.05. I'm waiting for the results of a rather exciting prediction, you see. Sometime last year, I predetermined an occasion of momentous import would happen today, right here, at these very coordinates. None taken. Oh, but now I've forgotten to introduce myself properly, haven't I? Leslie Beckett, Oracle Laureate, Seer Supreme, leader of the Department of Predictive Analysis, and not terribly good at informal introductions, evidently. Forgive me if I don't shake hands. I prefer to keep my skin microbiome free of exogenetic cells. You understand? But now, if I'm not mistaken, you must be the agent we've been expecting. I knew loitering at this location would yield results. I, don't suppose you've stumbled upon any of our excogitation chapels around Cloister by chance? Excogitation chapels are order residencies where one can meditate in solitude on specific theorems relating to the plan. They're scattered all around Cloister. Prior to the war, such focused study led to all manner of breakthroughs, with audio logs routinely kept by the scientician in residence. In these unprecedented times, such logs could harbor hidden wisdom. However, with the war on, I've sadly been unable to get my hands on the last of these recordings. How unexpected. Almost as if there's a universal plan at work in the universe. Please return when you've found all four. I will be here. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. Impossible, I'm afraid. The Protectorate is rather well entrenched at present, and nothing short of an all-out siege is likely to dislodge them. If you're determined, I recommend consulting with the presiding bishop on the matter. She can tell you more.
What is with the anomalous behavior?
For pity's sake, is it the pump or the sealant?
A crossbreed of two different earth fish species called salmon and tuna was found. The text
At this time, residents of Laplace's garden are not permitted beyond this point.
Unauthorized visitors are not authorized. Do I need to diagram that for you?
How did your hypothesis about the flowers fare?
Exposing them to non sound waves on a consistent basis.
And you controlled for the amount of carbon dioxide expelled from your mouth during the temperature.
Welcome back, Agent. I trust Laplace's garden is treating you well? In what manner can I assist you?
Security personnel are permitted in this booth. Leave. Please.
Oh, hello. Cogitate here often?
Hello, stranger. Mercenary. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Any undue rage you note in my tone is not at all related to the recent coup in my beloved protectorate. I do so dearly love residing in a nest of traitors, waiting for them to capitulate, unable to aid my fellows at home. It is truly a wonderful feeling. The console is the worst traitor of all! In short, no. No, the Order must capitulate to the Sovereign. Only execution awaits the console, and all others shall regain their senses. All this is beyond my purview, I remind myself. I must remain focused on the Order. I am not just anyone. The duty of a liaison is of the utmost importance, requiring due diligence and delicacy. Though I suppose it a mite strange that this task fell to me, as I'd urge the vehement tanning of any wayward body bent on disrespecting the Protectorate, which would now include the Protectorate at large. Madness, slandering my beloved sovereign, following that feckless console, makes my blood boil. I fear it is not so simple. Though many within the Protectorate still trusted their leaders, a growing minority had begun to question their sovereign. They argued the losses we've suffered would not have happened if he could truly lead, that his father would not have allowed this to happen. Pah! Anyone who didn't side with the Sovereign will pay, sooner or later. You may count on it. Ready to waste it, on your command.
Vitals are in the red, Commander. Stop refuse medical support.
Ready to waste it, on your command. Your insights are leaking outside, Commander.
Did not refuse medical support.
There you are, breaking for cover.
Now you see.
Back in my sight.
Ready to take a hit on you, Commander. Just say when.
Hostile in proximity.
Worry, fam.
Thank you.
Guns cocked and loaded. Just give the signal.
Commander, throwing energy your way.
Grenade! Advance! Contact reestablished. Moving to safety. Reconvene. Replenishing my firearm. Hastening to cover.
Torpificator at ready status.
Maintaining perfect. Quarry. Target reacquired. Ammunition
Capacitor deployed. Free energy if you...
recommencing hostility. Refilling my weapon.
Knew you had my back.
Stun weapon ready, Commander.
Worry fast.
Vital critical. Don't become a statistic, Commander. Reviving me is strategically optimal.
me know when you need a distraction.
Seeking shelter!
Looking a few corks low, Commander.
Best resuit!
Sealed. Protectorate's work, no doubt. Isn't there supposed to be a way to unseal this near the archive's entrance?
For perfection. From the lowest subject to the most...
subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Consul. The Consul.
Professor Ostergaard making a mess of things again.
Want somebody?
Keep the water in. I'll take care of him, Commander.
Vitals are in the red, Commander. Passenger unit. Recharge before it discharges. Medic, please.
Going out of sight. The idea is to kill them before you die. Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
We route all disruptive influences.
Prudence dictates. Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate zeal for their assigned work?
Best reload! We'll try to limit further damage.
Dictates we route all disruptive influences.
Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate zeal for their assigned work? Report them for mental refreshment.
Final critical. Don't become a statistic, Commander.
Don't mind me.
The confidence dictates we route all disruptive influences.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say which.
Are you mentally refreshed?
Remember, all subjects prosper under the guidance of our console.
Unfriendly nearby. I feel terrible. Everybody who ate the latest never eating Crabble again.
This area's been picked over, and I bet whoever's responsible has our missing part. This wire may lead us to our scavenger. If they're still alive.
Oh. Not sure how you managed to approach unnoticed. Could be I'd grown so attuned to my surroundings, I became one with the wood and fire and the earth. Were you left behind by your unit too? Are you in need of some hard-fought knowledge about how to fend for yourself? Must say, I've become quite the expert. Why, after only just 2 weeks on my own, I ascertained how to pry open a rations tin unaided. Did you know there's a little opener key attached? It's all going in my manuscript. Oh, I truly relate. I've recently evolved into a rugged, self-sufficient individual, fully accustomed to life in these caves, living raw and pure like our primitive, lice-ridden ancestors. Why, just the other day, I reinvented fire. I found a little doohickey I've named a light starter. You simply push a button, and flame comes out. Who can say, really? One day, you're impressing your colleagues by deftly fulfilling your manifold duties in the key role of auxiliary dabbler. The next, they're gone. Technically, the rank is auxiliary dabbler third rate. It's a role of no small import. If the primary dabbler is shot or captured, I'd be sent in to, well, generalize. Involves fetching, keeping comestibles at the appropriate temperature, and shut up, don't touch anything, and stay the void out of my way. Skills that serve me well here. Well, firstly, you need to keep your eyes open because oftentimes things want to eat you. Secondly, you can't be too picky with what you eat. Thirdly, not everything you can eat, you should. There's a lot of trial and error involved. Mostly error. I have a sort of neighbor who obligingly checks in from time to time. A fellow hale and hearty, like-minded individual who plainly admires my gumption. So much so, he often sends over parcels of food over the tube system, with doleful recordings like, "Eat this or you'll starve." Never even met him face to face. Sent me over a bunch of recordings, along with victuals. Offered some sound, if harshly put, advice. Looked out for me like no one's ever. Never even seen him face to face. Oh, that'd be real sad. But I guess not all of us are cracked out to be galaxy-renowned survival experts. Especially those who don't, survive. Nature abhors uncomfortable silences. You must have so many questions, and I have so much wisdom. I'm just bursting to share. See you when I see you.
Refreshment centers are there to help you. Don't risk falling prey to imperfect thoughts.
Resorting to violence. Something out of my gut.
Extensive damage, Commander.
Don't mind me. Vital critical. Don't become a statistic.
Consider self-preservation a priority.
Let me know when you need any stretch. Talk about a feat of industrial engineering. The skill alone. Stick close, Commander. Wouldn't want you wandering off and getting lost.
Caduceus, not detected. Entry kindly, yet firmly declined.
What was in those rations? Will this gastric nightmare never cease? Just a moment. Forgive me. I found myself irregularly indisposed from one direction or the other.
Pardon us if we don't shake hands later.
I am the Archive's current operator. As such, I am the bearer of the Calcaduceus. I still have trouble saying that. Like many others, the latest batch of Crabble rations disagreed with my constitution. I was compelled to find the closest loo, quickly. Sadly, 'twere outside yon secured door. If you have cleared our fortifications outside, I worry what has happened to our troops. I have little interest in sharing their fate. I would pass the Calcaduceus on to you, in exchange for granting me safe passage. The Archive would then recognize you as its operator. It will no doubt earn me mental refreshment, perhaps worse. But this way, I retain some measure of hope. All right. I am providing you the Calcaduceus. Don't shoot. Here, you are now operator of the Archive. Congratulations. Be warned, you may find it a temperamental machine. Some maintenance may be required. Is there a protectorate curativist in the house? I feel rather woundly.
Calcaduceus detected. Alternative operator postulated. Concluded. Maximum replacement. Greetings, sentient. Welcome to the Archive. I am ENIAC, the Universal Equation Numeric Integration Analytic Calculator. With the aid of my operator, I, a non-sentient inorganism, marshal vast computational resources across the moon of Cloister. Effectively, That is correct. My tone and demeanor are a carefully constructed complex emulation, a means to effectively convey information to sentient beings. My express programmatical purpose is to aid humanity's advancement to optimize profits, i.e. gain over expenditure, to maximize the needs of our society above others, to attract the most consumers.
Is it broken? Did you just break the archive?
Beg your pardon. How may I best facilitate your efforts? Perusing contents. Anatomizing diversiform particulars. Concatenating manifold integrants. Cursory assessment complete. An impressive accumulation of rift data. Similar in composition, though decidedly not in scope, to that provided by the Protectorate.
Information with the potential to offer unique commercial opportunities to those who wield it.
But why simply huck goods better, when such a bounty could be used to flawlessly regulate societal harmony, oversight, and means of production? What is the aim of your query? The previous operator, Assessor Ostergaard of the Protectorate, pursued a like query 1 year, 6 days ago, though the amount you've provided is several orders of magnitude larger. To perform similar calculations of larger scale at current suboptimal levels of functionality would require
25.7 years, and any job over 2 decades is billed by the hour.
Calculatory processing presently hovers around 49.7% capacity due to internecine conflict, misuse, and a lack of technical prowess by recent operators and their associates. In order to improve calculatory processing of rift data in a timely manner, repairs must be made to address the damage done by Protectorate and Anti's Choice operators. I am unlocking access to the Underlands, the subterranean cave network below. It houses 2 key external systems, cold storage and thermal transfer. Cold storage will require servicing before you may retrieve the punch cards needed for processing. Repairing thermal transfer is technically optional, but rather advised. If you fail to restore it, the archive and I may melt down later while running your calculations.
Why is that optional? Our continued existence should be a paramount concern.
It is difficult to accurately ascribe an exact causal breakdown between premeditated sabotage, collateral harm, technical ineptitude, and willful hijinks. Some categorical overspill inevitably occurs. Attempts by non-order operators to reprogram my priorities have also led to issues. Return later to discuss the remaining subsystem work. And soon, everything will be running like clockwork.
Have a profitable day! In lieu of my transactional mindset, I'm unsealed one of the display cases in the central entranceway. The Sears Cerebellum Protector is now yours.
Every one of my 14 occupationally honed threat detecting instincts is screaming for caution right now.
Guns cocked and loaded. Just give the signal.
Vitals critical. Every one of my 14 occupationally honed threat detecting instincts is screaming for caution right now. Try to limit further damage, Commander. Every one of my 14 occupationally honed threat detecting instincts is screaming for caution right now.
Let me know when you need a distraction.
Consider self-preservation of... Every one of my 14 occupationally honed threat detecting instincts is screaming for caution right now.
Just give the signal.
Suffered extensive damage, Commander. Damage, Commander. Unit away. Recharge before it discharges. Proceeding to attack.
Future's filled me with dread for so long, but now
defeated a threat.
Ratcheting up my aggression. Energy capacitor out. Energy is up for grabs.
Ready to take the heat.
Do try to limit further damage, Commander.
Not getting up with that.
Consider self-preservation a priority.
Knew you had my back. Give the order and I'll take care of it, Commander. Better if I go unseen. Down for qualification.
You can't fight contentment.
Command.
Capacitor out. Get it while it's energized.
another agent! Let me in! Help me out!
grand plan of ordered complexity, where all things have a reason for existing, a purpose to fill. But what purpose is served by hundreds dying senselessly in the cold? The longer this interminable war drags on, the more convinced I become of the universe's dispassionate variability. I must reconcile with this reality, and if we cannot, then perhaps it is time we evolve a new philosophy altogether. It's certainly worth bringing up with the presiding bishop upon my return.
I'll say this for my colleagues in the Order. We certainly thought big with the archive.
It is fitting that we move underground to burn out every single root the Protectorate has left on Cloister.
The story of Anti-Cleo versus the Moon Man is a ballad for our ages. A thing of legend, to be handed down for a modest fee to each successive generation. Spacer's Choice swollen-headed mascot represents the worst impulses of old corporations, who unfairly stacked the deck against the little person, as they tried with us at Tau Ceti. But did Anti-Cleo take Spacer's Choice devious shenanigans lying down? No! Just like our sponsored tossball team, the Anti-Cleo's darlings refused to do what things were down at the end of the sponsorship series against the Spacers Chosen.
I'm Jean Turfer-Tyler, special base person for the Anti-Cleo's darlings. Oh, hey, think you dropped something? 56A.
The recipe of our exclusive cocktail is our closely guarded secret. Our competitors would kill right now. Can you?
Commendations on so successfully climbing the corporate rungs. Everything seems to be going according to plan. I've even heard titterings that Auntie has taken notice. When you meet with Auntie, be accommodating but also bold. Raise the issue with her if she doesn't raise it first. Performing more labor for Auntie's choice will inevitably bring our fair corporation into further conflict with the Order. So we only have one shot at this. Make it count. I'd offer you luck, but I trust you have the skills to not require it.
Don't wait for a line to form in front of you. Availability is severely limited. Let this be the first courageous leap you make. Into a fresh, pioneering new career.
Look who it is, the instigator of this little affair. Her mathematicalness should be along soon, unless the leader of the Order's too busy crunching numbers to attend to business.
There we are. Apologies for the delay. We were resolving some technical issues. Cloister's atmosphere has a tendency to...
Oh, yes. Regale us with a thorough account of Cloister's atmosphere. Spare no detail.
This must be Auntie Cleo's trademark wit. I expected better. If I was discourteous, I apologize. So long as our mediator proves up to the task, surely we can remain civil. If not, these negotiations may prove short indeed.
From where I'm positioned, I sense 3 sore points still in need of massage. Point 1, control of the archive. Point 2, oversight of production and distribution of skip cores. And point 3, management of Rift technology.
Before we go any further, I want it in writing that the Order will take full control of the archive without interference from Auntie's choice.
What? So the Order can set it fruitlessly idling for another few centuries? We would put it to far more practical use. Imagine the marketing strategies it could develop.
I would sever my own hand before giving custody of the archive over to a corporation. Humanity's ascension depends on its calculations. No, such a condition is out of the question.
I am amenable to that proposition. Less work on our part.
I'm waiting to hear an argument that would support such a ludicrous proposal.
No one said anything about paying, but, it would be a pittance compared to the future profits we might derive.
Involving money in science seems questionable. But having access to Auntie's resources would be useful for our research. Fine. Yes, I agree. Reluctantly.
Ruth, I commend you for being so receptive. And I assure you that Auntie's choice values science. Nothing bad has ever happened when science and commerce are combined.
On the subject of science, it would be most prudent for us to discuss who will be overseeing the management of skip drives, specifically the production of skip cores.
No one understands production like we do. Besides which, we have far more experience using skip drives. It was how we came to Arcadia, after all.
Where Auntie's choice manages, the Order would undoubtedly excel. Do not exclude us from consideration merely for lack of experience.
So you ramp up production? And then what? Hand skip drives out for free to whoever wants one? Preposterous! And a waste of a perfectly good monopoly.
We would be diligent about who we licensed out the skip drives to. And a monopoly over space travel is precisely what I wish to avoid. This technology should benefit all humanity.
Wouldn't even be having this debate if we let Zeb release that info about the matriarch and the skip drives.
You'll have to speak up, child. You're too far away from the screen.
Our mediator is correct. The mere suggestion of a monopoly should disqualify you from overseeing skip drive production. Not only would you make Arcadians pay for the privilege of progress, but follow this thread to its logical conclusion. If Auntie is willing to sell a skip core to anyone with enough bits, only chaos would result. The Order would be a far more diligent custodian of this technology.
I disagree completely. Just look at how well the Order protected its own assets. Remember Golden Ridge, the Archive? Besides, the Order will inevitably leave money on the table. Pull my other leg. If Auntie's Choice doesn't make a profit from it, I literally couldn't care less. As well I should. Commerce, my dear, is a force of good. It drives innovation. Everyone understands it. No one would do anything if they weren't being paid. Please. Next you'll be going on about the indomitable nature of the human spirit. Yes, I've heard it all before. It's the only thing that incentivizes everyone. I had believed you'd be a wiser negotiator than this, but it seems we've reached an impasse.
Let it be war, then. And you have disappointed me immeasurably. Do not come to the Order with any further petitions. We are better off without an incompetent like you.
I estimate this thriftless little misadventure has cost Aunties 100,000 bits for my time alone, besides spoiling a lucrative opportunity to do business with the Order. Seeing how you've proven yourself worthlessly incompetent at best, I have no further desire to work with you and recommend you vacate the ACS Undisputed Claim immediately.
Don't feel bad, Commander. Despite our best efforts, I'd estimated only an 11.7% chance of that working.
Of customers. We have food and drink for every taste and need.
Experience the most sought-after inebriates on the
We are officially here at the bottom
Indicates the fact that any kind of parasite found in an Auntie's Choice product is charged and is not the property of Auntie's Choice. You want freedom of choice. You want Auntie's Choice. Auntie's Choice knows that a better you is just 3 pills and an ointment away. Why choose just any choice when you could choose Auntie's choice? You want freedom of choice. You want Auntie's choice. Auntie's choice knows that a better you is just 3 pills and an ointment away. Why choose just any choice when you...
Electrical dampeners failing.
Changing magazine. Seeking cover.
Proceeding to attack. The likelihood of them having a chance there was slim to none.
retrieve key data in cold storage in its present state requires a series of manual overrides. The first will enable identification of the storage brick housed in the data. If you encounter opposition, remember, our needs come first.
I believe the technical term for this is glaciated. Not the worst way to go.
Data brick identified. Proceed to the cartridge extractor controls. There, perform a manual override to allow extraction.
What? What just happened? I didn't do... Wait! You out there! What did you just... What in the name of the matriarch did you do? We've been trying to restore these systems for weeks to no avail, and yet you stroll in here, wave that thing around, and the whole system lights up like a white dwarf? What did you do? You mean to say we've been running ourselves ragged here, while the whole time there's a device that controls the entirety of the Archive's computronic systems? And it was in the Protectorate's possession? That's damnably... I mean, the paradigm is infallible. I am certain we were meant to flail about without this obvious asset. For a reason. What does it do? How does it work? Please, tell me everything. Truly? Why, if that were to enact any additional functionality in our lab, it might just be the thing we need to complete our work. Wonderful. This might be the breakthrough we've been waiting for. We've been working for weeks to try and return these poor souls back into this world. Oh, during the Order's assault, a Protectorate soldier ran to the control room and triggered the chemical fire suppression system, and it literally froze all the combatants in place. I'll monitor the subjects for changes while you try your hand in the lab. Just, please, be careful not to trigger the fire suppression system, or I'll end up like those poor sods.
Alfred, forgive me.
An effectual means of execution, if nothing else. Torpificator at ready status. Energy capacitor out. Energy is on the ground. Stupendous stuff. Right there, you stupid thing.
Quickly moving to cover.
Help you with something? Parasite.
Data brick extraction initiated. Proceed to the rail operations platform to reposition brick for export. Note, Protectorate troops have become alerted.
Ratcheting up my
Ordnance
aggression.
expungers. Go through them if necessary.
Throwing energy your way.
Stocks are leaking green
Once over.
Let me know when you need an instruction.
Capacitor out. Get it while it's energized.
We are duty bound.
Looking a few quarts low, Commander.
Take a gander.
Data brick now in position for export to the archive. Initialize the final transport command at the data gateway station nearby.
You are one step closer to flooding Arcadia with
Realize this task has a few moving parts, literally, but the data brick must still be sent back to the archive.
Ain't finished yet, Commander.
We still need to send the data brick to the archive before we're done here. Can you imagine what it must have taken to build something like the archive? The engineering alone is unlike anything I've ever seen.
You strike me as the curious sort, dear. What is your most lettered field of study?
Lettered fields? No. Always been keen on ship engines, though. Skip drives, too.
Ah, skip drives are quite the enigma wrapped in spherical hyperalloy. I could talk your ear off about their theoretical fundamentals. But I suspect you seek more hands-on data.
And how? They always arrived pre-assembled back in my factory days. We just mounted them to the bulkhead and moved on. I'd love to crack one open to see what makes it tick.
That would be inadvisable. Best not go poking at fundamental forces with the crescent wrench, dear.
Here's the only way forward is to skitter across like ungainly children.
Enemy pilot hitting in our vicinity. Now you see. Commander, watch your fire!
Here's the only way forward is to skitter across like ungainly children.
Give the order and I'll take care of him, Commander.
Commander, throwing energy your way.
Don't mind me.
Fortificator at ready status. Reviving me is in everyone's best interest.
The storage brick is on its way.
say this for my colleagues in the Order. We certainly thought big with the archive.
Is a fellow sub feeling distracted? Daydreaming on the job? Mental refreshment centers are there to help you. Don't risk falling prey to imperfect
thoughts. Cold storage is operational, and your efforts there are satisfactorily complete. I am unsealing access to the archive's upper levels. There, you will need to revitalize the reactor and disseminate the rift processing instructions.
Rift processing may require the services of an exterminator. Someone good, but willing to work cheap.
I have unlocked another display case in the central entranceway. The Tremor Cleaver, the first weapon designed with my aid, awaits you.
Where next? Punch card processing or the reactor?
What are they doing down there? Are they after us next?
Somebody needs to be